Okay, the Hamshach to the Shiur yesterday, there was few questions over here on this Shiur. So I'm going to summarize the Shiur this way. We could say there were the questions with the answers. The Gabbai moving the trash from the table on Shabbos, it's muktzah, how could you move it? So with the broad, there was one sheet of the Shiltei HaGiborim that he paskin like Rashi. The way he understands Rashi, he did not change his mind, like the Bach understood. And it says over here, Ma'avirin Mishnah in Masechet Shabbos Daf Kuf Mem Gimel, Ma'avirin Ma'avashulchan Atzomos V'Klipin. So Rashi says over here, Atzomos Koshin Shenan Ruim Lekelev. Even a bone that throw it for nothing, you can't even give it to the dog. It's mamash muktzah. You still could remove it, and that's the sheet why people use because they would consider it as a graf shel rei. It's something you don't want to sit next to it. You could move it, or we were going to say we consider the halacha like Rav Shimon that there's no muktzah b'chlal. Either way, that's one sheet of shilt. There's a kav schus because most poskim don't paskin like this. Kav schus will don't know they move it without doing anything like we're going to see some eitzes according to the others. So that's the kav schus the shilt hagiborim that learn the Rashi b'pashtus. That's mamash muktzah. You could remove it. Okay, then the sheet of most poskim, the Shulchan Aruch and all the Nesekilim, most of them. The way you could move the trash from the table. Here is what the lashon of the Tur, which is the same lashon the Mechaber follows. Atzomas shruyim leklovim or klipe shruyim lemachal behema. Not like Rashi. That's not roi lekel. If it's roi lemachal behema, or pirurim shedon kazais or pirurim that the reason shedon kazais we're going to use it again this evening because you're allowed to throw away food less than kazais. It's not called bizoin ochlim. Mutar la'aviram me'ashulchan. You're allowed to remove them because they're not mutar, they're roi. Ama kol v'shana machal behema. Or like we said today, the halacha, we don't have behemoth motzui. It's like en roi l'machal behemo. So meil en matani olam anayr as a tavlo v'hen noiflim. The way to do it, you shake off the table and they fall down. Okay, today also it's not practical because who wants the food to fall down on this floor? You want clean floors. So then we brought the eitzah that the Mishnah Brura brought. It says it becomes after it becomes so most to you all the trash on the table like graf shel rei. Maybe you could move it as a graf shel rei. Then, as we said, lechatchila lekula alma. It's an oisem graf shel rei lechatchila. If it's happened, you could do it. So what the eitzah? So we brought one eitzah from the El Yarabah. You put a bowl and you put all the garbage lechatchila into the bowl. Make it move the bowl. Oh. So I said that you could move the bowl because you have also in that bowl other dvorim, the mutorim, like pieces of bread, other things. You could move the whole thing together. So there's three questions of it. We're going to start on the third question. The third, the way I wrote them, it's number 3. We're saying you're allowed to move that bowl, let's say that where you put all the garbage, because there's dvorim mutorim over there. If you look in Lashon of Rashi, and this Mishnah, when it says over here, Lashon of Rashi that you could do the table, he says, Rashi says, whatever the table, the table, whatever it's, whatever you want to move, not the muktzah itself. Meaning like this. The reason you could metaltel the table or something else, or the bowl in this case, the eitzah that El Yarabah brings, it's not because there is dvarim amutorim in it, because it's the esteras kli. Since it's the esteras kli, it's not muktzah, so you're not moving the muktzah directly, then you're allowed to move it. So the question, somebody asked me, so why I said it, because there are also dvarim that you're allowed to move, like pieces of bread or other pieces of meat. Even there's only muktzah in that bowl, you're allowed to move, because the bowl, it's a kli. So I'll tell you. First, I'm going to answer this question. So the Beis Yosef brings 2 more shittas, really another shittas. He says the 2 shittas are talking about the same thing. He brings the shitta of the Rosh and the Smag. That were according to Rashi Taka, you could move the kli itself. It's a kli memela. You could move even there's a muktzah in it. But according to the Rosh and the Smag, it's no. He says like this here. Because of a Rosh b'tshuva, shatam shemagvim shulchan umapa imatzomos v'klipin, afilu klipe egodem shenem ruim lachal behema. It's muktzah. How could you remove it the whole table with them? He says mipnei shem betelim agav apas. Yeah, umasham medvorav shemutar lagbion hashul. Yeah, so the only heter, according to the Rosh, the way I answered the pshat in the Mishnah, not because it's a kli, even inside the kli you have muktzah, you can move it. Only because inside the kli you have also like pieces of bread, less than kazai, that you're allowed to remove, because And it's because in that kli you have both muksa and not muksa. That's why that's also you bring from the smag also. So the choira, so there is al mashi yismoch shitas Rashi. If you want any kli, you could remove any kli as long as it's a kli. But if you want to be yotze with the shit of the Rosh and the smag, that's kli, and it's partially you put a piece of crumb bread, royal machal, or the mele, you move it both without muksa. Okay, that was one question. The other question was the choira. I gave a eitzah yesterday to remove the plastic. According to this Rashi, it's those two questions really. That's the answers the same for both of them. Remove. Let's say some people remove the whole plastic from the table. Plastic. If the whole according to Rashi, the kli is not mukta because it's a kli. The plastic is not a kli. The plastic goes to garbage. The plastic itself, it's mukta as the bones. So according to this, you're right. According to Rashi, this comes a chumrah. If the whole heter to move the table because the table is a kli, the plastic is not a kli. It's garbage as that so much for klipping. That doesn't help. So, but Rashi also asks him to shita if there is the dover amutar over there in the plastic. You have some piece of bread or other food. The royal maichal odom. You could remove the whole thing with the plastic. So the eighth of plastic still does work according to everybody. Even according to Rashi, even though the plastic is not a kli, but you have it usually on the table, or make sure to leave a little bit something of food that throw l'machal odom. There is the machal and machal behema because it's done of behemoths. Okay. Now there was another question that Avramei Reder asked. He said, sometime the eitzah moving the plastic wood, everything, it's a good eitzah. But we eat fish, and then sometime we just remove all the plates and forks and of that we ate the fish with. If you eat with the real forks, with the real plates, it's no problem because they raw adam. You could wash them, use them today. It's not muktzah. But what happens if you have disposable? You have disposable plates, disposable forks, the garbage, the muktzah. How could you remove them after the fish before you bring the meat to the table? The muktzah. What are you going to do with them?
Wait, what's muktzah? The plate?
Yes, it's as at summers, as muktzah.
In the plate.
The plates also, if it's garbage, it's muktzah. Meaning it's not royal shum dover. You have to throw it in the garbage. It's disposable.
Not
so how we do that? We remove all the plates and all the plastic. Even like I say, if it's you could wash it up. So like this. So if it's really depends what kind of disposable. Some of the mamas already you cannot salvage them. You cannot salvage them. That's really become total muktzah. So you have to use other eitzahs. Maybe move the whole plastic. Maybe have some bread into them, some crumbs, something that should be muktzah. But if there is a plastic, even you're going to throw it away. But let's say I have nothing else now. I have just this plate. I had fish. If it's something, a plastic, disposable, but I could wash it. It's called roi l'adam. It's roi, something by behema. If it's roi l'behema, even I didn't give it to the behema, it's roi. It's not a muktzah. So it's what you have to do, Taka, if you eat fish and you just remove the fish stuff, either give such a thing that roi l'adam, meaning I could wash this plastic cup if I needed to, plastic plate, and I could use it. But it's not muktzah, or use the whole plastic also.
Would even drop a food on the plate anyway.
Oh, very good. Oh, put some food on the plate. Very good, very good.
What if you want to put another piece of fish in it? Why is it muktzah? You put another piece of fish in it.
Very good. That's what he says. Right. Right. As long as you have some food, I'm just giving.
No, even if he doesn't. But if you want it to decide if you're going to have another piece of fish, you can use it.
So you're saying.
It's still usable item, even though you're not using it.
So I'll tell you, it all depends what the plate and what kind of plate and what it looks like after you finish to eat. If it's such a thing, you could still eat. You're right, but if it's something, sometime you already put in it so much garbage, it's like you just want to throw it away. There's nothing you want to do with it.
Always you can eat another piece of fish on your fish plate.
Okay. Anyway, all I'm saying is we should be aware and pay attention to it. That's all. I'm not saying it's impossible to do it. Just pay attention to that. Okay. Now the third shaila was what we're gonna do on shalosh shudas. If we shalosh shudas, whether at home or shul. The whole heter, all this heterim, I need a place to daven, to eat, graf shel rei. I use all kind of heterim to help me. Shalosh shudas, let's say after shalosh shudas we go daven ma'ariv. Let's say in the shul we eat in the other room. So what's my heterim to clean the table? According to Taka, in shalosh shudas that you don't need the place, you should do it after ma'ariv, after Motzei Shabbos, because there's no need for use any of those heterim. So go to daven if you daven in a different room. If you're davening in the same place, you're gonna eat. Okay, then use the following heterim. All this heterim we brought the above heterim. But if you're gonna eat in a different room, there's no heter stamp to go clean, especially when there's some muktzah involved. So by shaltush, be careful to clean the tables.
Not to mention hachana.
What?
Not to mention hachana.
Right, no, if you need to daven. Oh, you're right. Even davening there, yeah. Yeah.
Even right?
Yeah, if you have in a shul, you could. Okay, so a lot of times you could. That's right. After Shabbos, you could say Baruch Hamav. I'm saying it, but to pay attention. B'chalal, you see by Ya'id, everything he does, you have to think. You don't live a life of reaction. You're reacting. You're acting. You're thinking before everything is. It's muksa, this, it's that. So we have to all think a lot before we do things. Mordi, yeah, if you could.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it's great.
Sheesh. It's hard religion.